Okay, gonna quickly VOD review Argops Rootbound VOD. So we're starting out here. Looks like we're playing against a KeyBump. Looks like. Alright, the build. Let's take a look at the build. Build looks good. Judy, yeah. Merc shoes. I mean, I personally don't like Merc shoes, but could be doable with the tree just because it's your easiest way to die in tree is getting GA'd while you're in human form. So maybe that's decent on Rootbound. I still think nothing beats Royal shoes though. So then you reset here. I'm interested to see what passive you're running, because passive on the stick, I'd recommend running the one that generates you passive stacks. It really helps with the tree. Here, since you just got your W, you should instantly be transforming back into your tree here, sitting in tree. Yep, nice. Yeah, definitely should not, as they're like walking forward looking for a pick here, you should be still in tree form. Yeah, you're sitting in human form for too long. Judy's definitely not as important as your tree. So you see, yeah, you missed your W timing now, so you're gonna just have to basically wait till they hit next time to use. This is all fine. So it's I accidentally clicked too far forward. Well, the biggest thing I'd say is whenever you're walking, you never. This is really dangerous. So you never want to be human form as the frontmost target because you'll die. If you're tree form, it's pretty hard for them to kill you because you got that iframe that you just spam W. But if you go human form, if they're good, this pull hammer is gonna stun you. And I know you've got Merc shoes, but like the likelihood, like it's a very high likelihood that he stuns you. You don't click F fast enough, and this Hodge jumps on top of you and does the whirlwind, and it catches your boots because Merc shoes will get caught. Also, they can GA you and follow up on it too. Like I know the Merc shoes, you're like kind of relying on the Merc shoes with this positioning for sure, but I really don't think Merc shoes are that good of idea to depend on. Walking in tree form like that is much better. Yeah, nice. This is good. So right here, you want to try and get your tree. Like you can easily tell they're fishing because their GA's in front looking for the GA setup or their Hodge. So you kind of want to be positioned pretty much exactly where you are. Maybe, no, I mean pretty much where you are is pretty good. I'm doing this general for other tree players as well. So I'm going to explain to you. Like he's got this circle around him. He's trying to get as many of the frontline tanks, especially against this comp where they're looking to hit frontline tanks, like these guys. You want to try and get them close to your circle as possible. So where he's standing is covering Dom, the Caller, and 2D tanks. Because if he goes over here, he can only get these two, and if he goes over here, he can only get these two. So getting the Caller and 2 of the D tanks, probably a good positioning. He's also in good positioning for a Judy in the backline if needed. So his positioning's really good right now. I'd say it's probably the best he could get. So right there, there's the GA setup. Hodge looked to follow up on it, but it got guard runes, so he didn't. He's waiting for it to clear. So you should definitely be looking right now, like kind of what you're doing, sitting in tree, and looking where this, since this Hodge missed his opportunity, you should be looking for where he's going to go next. And if I was this Hodge, I'd either pull these guys or I'd pull these guys this way. So you could sit pretty much exactly where you're sitting, or you could sit, yeah, I mean, exactly where you're sitting would catch probably both of these pulls and you'd cleanse people, so that's good. So they hit really shallow there, so that's not your responsibility. Those people were really far forward. So you're just walking, that's fine. Here, if we start walking really, really, really deep, you should try and get up. Yeah, yeah, exactly what you did. Booted in. That was really good. Trying to get in a better position. Good, Judy. I mean, a little bit early on the Judy. We're all full. Like everyone's 100%. So probably not a great Judy since they don't have cooldowns yet either. Good idea. Yeah, like right now, a little bit, like a couple seconds later would have been a better Judy. But this was really good positioning to dash forward like this. If you wouldn't have used your boots earlier, you wouldn't have been here for this tree. So that was good. That was a good tree. Good here. Like here, again, I would dash in. I'd dash in again. I'd use your assassin hood and dash in. So you can get in position again to do that same thing you just did. Nice, good dash. Walking up with tree, good. Yep, this is good positioning. Sitting, helping guarding the front line. This is good positioning. Those two guys are too far forward. Did we call to back up? Let's see. Yeah, back up, back up. So they both gigged, so they're okay. They definitely were a little bit too far forward. I guess they probably didn't realize Dom was going to call us back. But your positioning was fine. I mean, you can walk forward to try and W them here to get out, but they're both gigged, so you don't really need to. So here, it seems like you're passive. That's a big thing. The passive that gives you generating stacks is really nice. Like, you should hit one of these people with a Q just to start generating stacks passively. So you can stay in tree for longer. So good positioning, good positioning. They're just hitting really shallow here, so you're guarding most of our Zerg with it. That's decent. So like here, you can tell this Hodge is doing a jiggle. This Hodge did like a little jiggle back and forth. So he's looking for something. So you kind of want to line up with him. So he's turning again, so he was turning north, so that's suspicious. He blinked north too. That's a really good Judy. Or really, whoever, oh, that was in your Judy. Whoever Judy that was a really good Judy. So personally here, after they use their engage, I just tree here. Like just tree to get people to just not, you know, like a little bit of CC resistance and slows all these tanks down and gives our guys a health shield. Like I just tree here. Like if they just used engage, just tree. Because like we're getting huge amounts of pressure here and your tree actually does a decent slow. It's like a 20-30% slow. So I just use it. I just use it on these guys. Just use your whole thing, and then, especially because you have Assassin Hood, and just like reset. Like the pressure is probably worth it here in this matchup. Good dash forward again, switching into tree form. See, like yeah, you're using it now for pressure, but like this is too late. Now you're not really hitting all the people. Like here was the time to do it. It was like the dash. Like see, this is what I'm talking about with like the Merc shoes. Like if you try and Merc shoe into this giant clump here, you're gonna probably get purity robed by like one of these guys' purity robes, and you're not gonna make it. Like you can in the purity robe, like you're gonna get bopped back. But like if you had royal shoes, you would literally just jump right in front of all these guys, and you could get a big ash tree on like 30 people real quick. And that's a huge slow, little bit of damage. Gets all your guys in, gives them a big shield, so when they're hitting demon armors, like you'd get a lot of value out of that. It was the right idea that you're going for here. It's just like using it for value. It's just see you got bopped back because you have. So if you either would have gigged and Merc shoot in or just had royal shoes, that would have been the play for sure. But that's like nitpicking to be honest. Because like right there you tried to do it, it just didn't hit that very many people. Here you should definitely use your assassin hood as soon as possible. Ooh, that was really dangerous. You should assassin hood right now. You need your tree. Walking right now without your tree is pointless for your weapon. You never want to sit waiting for your W or your E. Like I mean at this point, yeah, there you go. Assassin hood. Now walk into the choke. Like walk up with your tree here. You should hold, yeah, just like sit right here with your tree. Yep, exactly. That was a good tree. Really good tree. Good, yeah. So here I'd blink. I'd look for like the next choke that they're gonna hit. They're gonna go through. So you definitely want to. So hopefully here you assassin hood quickly, get your tree back up, dash in and switch into tree form on your front line. So you should dash in here. Perfect. Nice. I'd use your W too and go and oh, switch tree form. Yep. Nice. This is fine. You switch out of tree form a lot when you don't need to. I think you need to utilize that generating stack passive. Like unless you're booting forward or judying, you don't need to be in tree. Like there's not really a reason. Yeah, so you're that one was probably you probably could have helped that one. Let's see. Oh, let's see where those tanks were at. Um yeah, you could have clicked W there. Yeah, you can use while silenced, so you probably should have W'd there. Yeah, a little slow, but that's okay. Still pretty good positioning. That's just, again, calling, like, watching the VOD back, it's easier to say that. Say, like, you should have done this, but while playing, I mean, that's not that big of a mistake. So, like, here, you should definitely be booting forward. Again, see, like, those Merc shoes are so dangerous. Like, that shit is crazy. Like, you're dashing right into shit twice. Like, that, ugh. Should go stand in the choke here. Should be trying to get up front. Like I think you need the royal shoes, not because these Merc shoes aren't good for what they're good for, but like the royal shoes can get past this shit. Like this wall, you could just instead of having to walk all the way around here, you just boot over the top, switch tree form, and you sit right here. And then you're guarding Dom, you're guarding our tanks, you're getting into your position where you need to be, which is like the optimal play here would have been right here, royal shoe over the top of this, turn tree form and sit right here and follow all of these tanks right here in. And you follow them in. But since you got Merc shoes, you can't dash through anything, especially against kite comp. Like I get the point of it because it does come in handy like when you get GA'd, but like as a tree, you are invincible in your W. So as long as you're sitting in tree form 90% of the time and you just don't walk up human form and get GA'd in human form, they shouldn't be able to kill you. Even if you have royal shoes, like if they did a full combo on you, you can use your W no matter what, pretty much. Ooh, you got baited there. That's not good. Ooh, good job using your assassin as fast as you can. You should Judy here. You should walk. Oh, someone's already got a Judy down. Yeah, there's not much you can do. You got baited. You should dash it. So here you need to dash in as far as you can in Judy. Like go since you know they just use cooldowns, you're safe, you're completely safe. If you had royal shoes or Merc shoes, whatever, get forward as much as you can. Go like as far forward as you possibly can and drop a Judy up here like preemptive when they're about to get cooldowns. And then turn tree form. Let's see. Delete that. So like I'd try and get like Smax is getting beaten right now. If you could get a Judy up there by those tanks, like around this bend, and then immediately go tree form, like don't wait any longer. Yeah, like now you should be in tree form exactly. Stay in tree form. You're full stacks. You like quit throwing out Qs. Like that Q, throwing out this Q, like it seems like it might be worth it, but every second that you're not, especially against a kite comp that hits so fast, every second you're doing one of these tree Qs, you're not in your W. You're human formed in your tree form W. So, like, again, the only two reasons you should ever be going human form is to boot, to assassin hood, to Judy, or to W. If you're not immediately doing one of those things, then go back into tree form. Because you really shouldn't be running out of stacks that much if you're using your passive and just hitting one enemy guy and getting the passive stacks generation. It should be fine. Like I never run out of stacks when I play tree when I do it that way. Um, Because you basically play this weapon the same as Locust. You basically have your finger on the Locust button as fast as possible, and you want to be on every single clump. And this weapon's Locust main ability is only available when you're in tree form. So you want to be in tree form. Okay, now this is really good. This is exactly where you need to be. This dash forward and guarding our frontline tanks is perfect. Not sure why you treed here. You're gonna hit over the wall southwest. Okay, so on GAs, you definitely panicked here. This is the difference. This is definitely a defensive GA because you can tell by the positioning of all these guys. So even if they GA this, you treed too early too. So if you get GA'd like this, don't. And that's another thing. It's like why? See, it's like why on the Merc shoes because like if you get GA'd with a bunch of people on top of you, you're not gonna want to dash out of that anyway. You're gonna want to be exactly what you're doing, be in tree form, and just the moment this GA runs out, like a 0.5 seconds before it runs out, then W. So you get the maximum amount of time on your tree for everybody. This was a little early if you were gonna do it, but this is a fake. This is just a defensive GA. So you got a little bit baited there. So like that's the actual hit. That's okay though. So here, okay, that was a good use of your W there, getting through that bedrock. Here you should, here, oh, oh shit. Damn, why do I always do that? Fuck, I don't know where we were at. Okay, I think this is it. So here, since they just hit, I would, let's hope, I'm doing this like preemptively, see how you're playing. I would immediately boot in here once you get your W at like 1 second, boot and then turn tree at the front line. Because all these guys have been doing is hitting front line. So you get your W here, good, nice. You dash forward, that's fine. You should be in tree form right now. You're full stacks, yep. Tree form, good, good. Don't be afraid, yep. Guarding Dom, that's good. Just don't use your tree here. Just hold, just keep holding. Now use, yeah. There's nothing you could have done for Zemo. I think he killed himself. Even, I mean, I guess you could have clicked it a little faster, might have helped, but like, he died so quick. That was a good tree. Should assassin hood. Always assassin hoof. Cooldown, nice. Now tree. Immediately back into tree form here. Good. Yep. Stop throwing out the Qs. Really not that important. Like, unless you see someone at 10% HP, throw a Q down for him if you have time. But like, the more you keep switching like this, you're putting yourself in danger for really no benefit. Like that heals him for 54. It's really not that useful. And like right now, like the moment you just switched here, they could be engaging on Dom, and you've got weird positioning and you're stacking because you're doing other things than you don't need to be doing. This weapon's really like, it's much more simple than like transforming a bunch and clicking a bunch of buttons. So like you wouldn't have had to dash up and do what you just did. You would have just been standing there. You needed to just walk up in tree and be exactly where you're at right now, treed, and then after they're done treeing, roll in. Like assassin hood roll in so you can keep up with the front line. I think that's like really, other than like making minor mistakes that are easy to call out after watching the VOD, the only mistake I've actually seen you do is just queuing too much when it's not actually worth the queue. Like, this is really good, yeah. I'd boot in. I'd boot in even further here. Just fucking go full to the front. Whoever's the frontmost people, go up here. Go up here. Yeah, you're definitely out of position here. You need to be on these guys up here. Like boot up and be in tree. You've got tree. You need to immediately boot and be in tree right now. Don't loot. Your job definitely not looting. You're a very heavy defensive, like one of our best defensives. You cannot loot. Especially when the fight's not over. Yeah, see, I'm gonna be honest, Baron died. I don't think you would have saved him, but you definitely should have been in position to W him here, I think. I think he still would have died though. Someone else should have helped too. But like, you should be up here. If you wouldn't have stopped to loot those bodies and you would have rolled immediately after here. Let's see. So going here. It all started from back at that one positioning where you backed up and were queuing. You weren't at the front line where you needed to be. And then you W'd up, you switch into tree, and then this is good positioning where you're at right now. If you just continued like walking forward right through here, you need to go right where you're at, straight that direction, follow Don Burn, follow Smacks, and follow Dom. Follow those three people in with your in tree form. Don't transform out of tree form. Like just stay in tree form the most you possibly can. Um, then you would have good positioning. But instead, I think you turn back here and like loot and like get scared for a second. So you're turning back here, doing some jiggling. You're guarding all these people. Like you're guarding all these people, and that's great. But like throughout this entire fight and based on the matchup, these people really aren't in danger. It's all of these people that are in danger. And whether or not you're actually going to be able to save them, I don't know, because they may have just done too much damage to Don that you really wouldn't have been able to do much. But you might have CC'd him out of their Hodge spin and give Don enough CC resistance to get his boots off, you know? So you never know. But whether or not you'd save him is irrelevant to it being your job to click your W there. Like you're waiting here, you're autoing, and you're looting. That was for sure a big mistake. Like Don's definitely in there, and you try and W, but again, you like. I feel like you're missing this and you're late because you didn't see him. Like if you had better positioning, you would have seen this all coming, and you might have W'd quicker. Okay, this is fine. You get GA'd, okay. You should assassinate, yep, nice. Immediately boot. Sweet. That's good. Okay. Like, I don't know why you're throwing these Qs. You're wasting your stacks really for no reason. Like, that was... It doesn't do anything. We're all full. Like, throwing Qs out happens when if we're, like, having a hard time stabilizing and it turns into, like, a full-out brawl in brawl versus brawl. Those Qs are actually kind of decent. Throwing them, like, a side of Judy and stuff, like, they're decent. Against this comp, really, you're just kind of wasting your time, to be honest. That was a perfect tree. Well, I mean, like it could have been slightly better, but in the context of just playing, I mean, that was exactly pretty close to where you could have been perfect, and it was the right timing. So, like, of course, looking back, it could have been a little bit better positioning, but yeah, your Merc shoes killed you. Yeah, so I'm just gonna be honest, Argox. I've seen you run Merc shoes a lot. Like you're running them on carving too, and I'm not flaming you. I'm just saying, as someone who's played this game, I played this game for a long time. I tried these Merc shoes even before they were like actually good Merc shoes. Like these are actually somewhat decent. They have a use. Even when they first came out, like they were like people used them for a little bit, but people were still dying with them. Like nothing right now beats the Royal shoes. Just objectively, like the only two options you should be running is like Royal shoes or like Boots of Valor. Like, and I don't think the Boots of Valors would be like. I've seen some people run it on Rootbound, but you should really run Royals. Because like here, if you spam F, you get out of this. You would get out of it right at this frame. So this perma would still freeze you, but right when the perma pops, here, right at here, when you're half HP, if you're spamming F, you roll right here. Because you're not knocked up, the perma kept you on the ground, and you're out of there. You just like roll out. But instead you have Merc shoes, which this same exact thing that you just had happen to you happens to me every single time I run Merc shoes. Like, you boot, but the game just those boots just don't work. They just don't work. And then it literally lags you back. It fucking put your boots on fucking cooldown, so you have no boots for 30 seconds, which is an insane cooldown, and you're fucking dead. It's like the boots are like a trap. The Merc shoes are like a trap. Like, yes, in the ideal situation where they work really good, but the likelihood of them actually working as intended is just shit. So to be honest, I don't know if you had like an issue with positioning here. Let's see. I don't think so, really. I think they just kind of spun around that corner. Let's see. Oh, you gigged. What'd you gig for? When'd you gig? Bad gig. Don't know why you gigged. So yeah, because like if you had those Merc shoes, maybe even if your Merc shoes lagged you, maybe you gig there and survive. I don't think so. I think you're dead. Because Merc shoes doesn't go off, or the even gig doesn't go off as well as Royal shoes do. For some reason, the game registers Royal shoes like crazy. Like you can roll out of everything if you have decent ping. Like you have somewhat decent ping. 98. Yeah. So using Hmm. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it a super big positioning issue. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a little bit of a positioning issue. You probably should have been like down here, or like yeah, probably like right there. Assassin hooding really towards the front line in human form again is gonna kill you because you don't have royal shoes. I mean, you could have died with royal shoes too, maybe, but like I really think you switch to royal shoes and you'll have a lot better luck because you're playing pretty well. Yeah, you would have had time to roll out. You didn't get knocked up. Like nothing knocked you up. Tom's Tom's flaming. Well, I think you did. I think you did real. I think you did pretty good. I give you like a. I give you like a 90. Maybe like a 90%. Maybe like an 80, 87%. That'd be my grade. I think you did pretty good. There was really some really good trees. I think the biggest points off would just be the queuing all the time, and then just the Merc shoes. Other than that, like the rest of the mistakes are just like I can call them out now in the VOD, but it's like realistically while you're playing, you're gonna make little like you're not gonna play everything perfect. But the queuing and the boots are definitely like just objective. I think you would be better off not doing them in this matchup. The most I ever use the Q for is like when I get into a brawl fight, I'll wait till like midway through the fight when everyone starts to get a little bit low, and then I call out my Judy, and then I throw a Q, one of the tree form Qs inside of it, and then it's like a huge reset for the team. And that's basically all I do. After that, I'm sitting watching their caller with my eyes peeled, waiting for him to even look like he's going to engage, and then I click W. Because like that's your entire purpose is just clicking W, to be honest. That's why a lot of people don't play this weapon is they think it's boring, but to be honest, you hard carry the fight if you play it really well. Yeah. So that's the end. Good job.